Got Ian Kennedy with us from BBC Radio Merseyside.
Hi Matt. It's another big game, isn't it, Tottenham, after a couple of really big games, and I know the results have gone against you, but how much do you have to put into context, the quality of the opposition and just making sure that everyone stays on a good spirit, if you like?
Yeah, no, it's it's not easy when you don't win games. I think if you look at the Manchester City performance, we was disappointed. Arsenal was better. I still think we could be a bit braver with our movement and with the ball, and we've had a big focus on that this week. So yeah, look, it's they're tough fixtures when you're playing against the top teams in the WCL that have been established there for a while now. But we have proven over the course of the last this year and last year, that we can win them types of games. So it's disappointing to lose. There was plenty of learning, especially from the Manchester City game. So from that perspective, we need to just utilise that as a learning curve to make sure that it puts us in a good position, and we learn from them types of mistakes between now and the end of the season.
And this is a case in point, actually. I mean, Tottenham next to each other in the table. It'd be a great one to win, because you can again just close that gap on United and those above you. Yeah,
no, definitely. It's an important game. Would be fantastic, because it obviously hopefully keeps us in touch with that top 3, top 4. But it'll also give us a bit of breathing space on Tottenham again. So yeah, no, I think it's an important game for us. As I said, we're good at home generally. I think it's 8 out of the last 13 that we've won there. So it's important that we do get 3 points. But if we can't, we need to make sure we get one.
And was there anything to learn from the last game against Tottenham? That was a draw, wasn't it? So not too much between you, presumably.
No, it was an interesting game. I think I probably got the shape wrong in the first half, and then we changed it midway through the second half, and they got back into the game. Tottenham could have been outside at half time, but then we probably could have won it at the back end of the game. So over I guess the 90 minutes, a draw probably was a fair result. But I've been really impressed with Tottenham this year. I think obviously they've changed manager, they've had a lot of change personnel wise, so pretty similar to us in the sense of where we are as a squad and where they are as a squad. So we're on a similar journey, so it makes for a good game. If you look at their stats, especially away from home, it makes for an entertaining game.
And just finally from me, if selected, and whether it's for this game or whenever, Melissa Lawley's closing in on 100 games for Liverpool, which is a great achievement.
Yeah, she's been a fantastic servant to the club. She's a wonderful character, and she definitely deserves the 100. Yeah, no, it would be great for her.
Thank you.
We've just got one more in the room. We've got Sam from this Anfield.
So we haven't seen Leanne Kiernan for the last couple of weeks. How close is she to coming back this weekend?
Yeah, she'll be back in the matchday squad. She had a bit of a hip inflammation, so we've just had to manage that. She's going to get little niggles here and there as she comes back, but for the most part, since she's been training and being available for selection, she's been sort of injury free. So maybe the international break had something to do with that, I don't know. But yeah, no, she's been back in training. She trained last week, she's been back in full training this week, so she's available from the bench this weekend.
And just as a whole, since the season started, have your goals and expectations sort of changed after the season started so well?
I think when we come in pre-season, we knew we'd made a lot of personnel change, and we knew that we'd lowered the average age of the squad. So the long-term plan with that thinking was that we could build and grow a team. We know that we can compete with anyone in the division, but it's the consistency, and I think we've seen that probably December, January so far, where probably four out of maybe the 7 games we haven't been at the level that we started at the start of the year. But you get injuries, you get illnesses, add in the international calendar, which we know there's a lot of fixtures in the women's game. So to get that level of consistency week in, week out, especially with young players, it's tough. So we wanted to improve on last year. We felt we could do that with the squad that we were building. We knew we would be up and down. But it's just making sure that when we have been beaten previously, we've sort of got back on a good run. So it's important that we get back on that run now, because of the way the last 2 games have gone. So yeah, it's important we do that. But the goals were pretty much on target for where we want to be. We'd love to break into that top 3. That's our ambition. Our ambition is to win trophies, but it's not going to happen overnight. There's a process in place. It's going to take a little bit of time, and I think we're probably ahead of where we maybe thought we would be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam, and we'll go on to our Zoom joinees, and we've got Tom Gary from the Telegraph. Tom.
Thanks, Elliot. Hi, mate. Nice to speak to you. Can I just ask a bit about Mira Taylor going out on loan, and what the thinking was there, and maybe is it a case of if it goes well there, she choose to have a future at Liverpool, or what's the thinking behind the move?
Miri wasn't playing, and she found herself out of some of the matchday squads. Had a conversation with her and her agent, sort of probably back in end of November really, just to discuss sort of what the long-term future looks like. The door's never closed. Obviously, if she goes to Aston Villa and plays, then she gives herself an opportunity, but I think the important thing is for her that she wants to play. Sometimes, same with Natasha Flint, sometimes you've got to do the best by the person to enable them to go and do what they need to do. I mean, we've got a good youth set up here, and it presents opportunities for people like Maddie Duffy, Mia Leaf to step up. Charlie Chadwick can come and be in and around the first team. Our academy have had a good season so far this year. So whereas Miri and Natasha have sort of moved on, it presents opportunities for some of our younger players, which is great for us because we've got a good flow of players coming through, and Zara Shaw's also sort of ahead of her schedule with the rehab. She's absolutely flying through the ACL rehab, so she'll probably be available sooner than what we anticipated. So so whenever we make these types of decisions, there's always a plan in place. We don't just say right, yeah, you can move on. We need to make sure that we've either got cover or we can accommodate it. So with that, as I said, the younger girls, that presents them an opportunity. We was at a point where we was leaving players out the matchday squad, so that just reduces that for me as well.
Thanks, man. And please, could I also ask on a different note, just your thoughts and reaction to Noah Phillips losing their job at Brighton, and I guess it's just a fellow coach. Your take on that news last night.
I was surprised, but look, football's a results business, and it's not nice when someone loses their job. Obviously, Brighton will have their reasons why, but I think Mel was doing a good job. It was a tough job to take. If you look at probably the team that she inherited, I think she's improved it, and I think you do need time in football, but unfortunately it seems, maybe the women's game is going the same way the men's game is going. If the investment that's going in now, it puts you under a little bit more pressure.
Thanks, Matt. Look forward to the game Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Beth Lindop from the Liverpool Echo. Anything from you, Beth?
Just a quick one from me, Matt. On Hinds, obviously confirmed earlier this week she's going to be out for a little while, and obviously prior to that had never been injured for the club. So just a word on how she's doing and how that injury it looks like it's going to pan out.
She's fine. Obviously she's disappointed that she's injured, but yeah, it was an unfortunate one in training where she just felt the calf tighten up, and then she pulled it. So she's going to probably be about 6 weeks, I would have thought. But yeah, she's in good spirits, and she'll probably crack through and probably be available hopefully a little bit sooner.
Cheers, Matt. Best of luck Sunday.
Thanks.
Thanks, Beth. And Rachel from Girls on the Ball.
Hi, Matt. I just wanted to ask a little bit
Yeah, I think I think they can play numerous ways. I think if I look at the start of the season, they was sort of playing out all the time, whereas now they're sort of mixing up a little bit. They got some fantastic players. I think if you look at the start of the year, people like Beth England missing it will have an impact. And you know, knowing the injury that Mel's had a similar sort of injury, it takes time to get back. But no, listen, I think they're a good team. So it's going to be a tough game for sure. But yeah, like you said, they concede goals and they score a lot of goals, and their away record's interesting. So it does make for a good game. But no, I've been really impressed with what Robert's done in such a short space of time.
And just one, is there any other team news? I know you spoke about a couple of players there, but just more broadly, any other updates?
Yeah, no, we're sort of fully fit, apart from Taylor.